Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Before we begin, for those of you who are new to my channel, this is where I share my experiences and the values of life, helping each and every one of us become better every day. Once again, hi everyone, and now let's start today's topic together. Today's topic, which I think is very useful for all of you, especially for young people who are starting to enter relationships, is based on my reflections on my own journey. I have identified 3 crucial factors that need to be maintained in any relationship. Losing these 3 factors can almost guarantee the relationship's failure. So the first and perhaps the most important factor is trust. In any type of relationship, not just romantic or family relationships, but even in work relationships, if there is no mutual trust, everything becomes extremely complicated and difficult. In such a situation, anything that the other person says is met with skepticism, and we don't know whether they are telling the truth or not. This leads us to constantly monitor them, check behind their back, and verify whether they are doing what they say they are doing. The time and effort that we spend on such activities are wasted, and the lack of trust creates a negative and toxic work environment, not only for employees but also for managers themselves. We cannot go into battle without being able to trust our comrades. Instead of being able to focus all our attention on the enemy in front of us and trust that our allies will always have our backs, we end up having to fight while constantly looking over our shoulders to see if they are stabbing us in the back. This obviously makes everything much more difficult. On the other hand, if we can somehow create an environment where anything the person in front of us says is trustworthy, then we can be confident that it is the truth, and everything becomes much simpler. We no longer have to constantly check behind us. All the time and energy we save can be focused on the job at hand, which naturally leads to much higher quality work and a more comfortable and relaxed working environment for everyone. That is the importance of trust in the workplace. From my perspective, in terms of emotions, it is 100 times more important. The person who accompanies us is the one we will meet the most, the place where we need to feel safe to come back and rely on each other to overcome difficulties in life. If we cannot trust that person now, then all the values of a natural relationship are meaningless. Then we have to monitor each other, secretly look at each other's phones, and sneak around to see what the other person is doing, who they are meeting. All of these things are completely meaningless to me. The most effective way to protect a relationship is to protect it from the roots, to protect it with our own emotions, how to make sure that our partner, even if they stand in front of anyone competent and beautiful, still turns to us. That is the most effective way to maintain trust. Not by using meaningless jealousy games. I won't discuss whose fault it is, but at that moment, trust is just a 0. We can fight for it, but it won't do anything. If we win it back but live without trust, and without respect, what is the point of winning it back? To build trust, we must start by being aware of its importance. Tell our partner why it is important. If you don't know how to say it, you can send them this video. When we both understand the importance of trust, we start building together. This construction must start from ourselves. Start by temporarily trusting each other, which means we start by giving each other trust first. Then we use it as a full glass of water to build more and more trust for each other. We try not to get angry with each other so that the glass doesn't run out. Because unlike money, if we lose trust, it is very difficult to rebuild it. In most cases, it will never be rebuilt. I believe that protecting a strong belief is important for us to build on. And another equally important factor is respect, and even more so, admiration for others. I don't know about others, but for me to love someone, I must respect them. I cannot love someone whom I look down upon. And I don't think this is unique to me. Therefore, respect in a relationship is not something that I give to the other person, but rather it is a need of my own. I need to feel that the person I love is respected. One common mistake that many people, especially successful men, make is that they demand that their partners rest and relax, perhaps because they care for them. However, they forget that this can gradually damage the respect they have for their partner. Even if they love her very much, if she stays at home all day doing nothing and only asks for money when she runs out, they may not notice it right away, but unconsciously, the image of a dependent woman will erode the respect that the man has for her. That's why we need to maintain respect and even admiration for each other. We cannot be with someone we don't respect, let alone look down upon them. And just like trust, respect should be the foundation of our relationship. We need to maintain and nurture it every day so that we can respect the person we love more and more. and that is the solid foundation for a strong relationship. The third factor is dialogue. There will be times when our trust in each other will be shaken, and there will be times when respect will be challenged. The most important thing to overcome these issues is to sit down and talk to each other. This may sound simple, but in reality, there are many cases where it is extremely difficult. There are many cases where people cannot talk to each other, where the more they talk, the more problems arise, and the more they talk, the more they become stuck. In such cases, many people choose silence, which is an extremely dangerous solution. Because when we still speak, we still have a chance to understand each other. But when we stop talking, there is no chance left. It's like a slow bomb. If we don't have the courage to sit down and face it, it will still be there. And each person will continue to hold on to their own frustrations and accusations, which no one understands. If we don't speak to each other, how can we understand each other? The solution of silence, ending the dialogue, is always the worst solution that never leads to a good result. Please pay attention to countries when they have conflicts with each other. During that time, they must maintain diplomatic activities and maintain dialogue. Because once all the dialogue is closed, it's just guns and bullets talking to each other. In a relationship, we shouldn't have the idea that the less we speak, the less we will hurt each other. Therefore, if we can no longer communicate with each other, the relationship will end. I know that it's not easy to have dialogue in such situations. But one way or another, whether through speaking or writing letters or through a mediator, we must maintain the last thread, which is dialogue. I know I've repeated this idea many times, but it's because it's so important and many people choose to stay silent, not speak up until it accumulates into a mountain, and then it's too late to speak up. Therefore, if we still want to try and keep the relationship, we must maintain dialogue, trust, respect, and communication. These are the three most important elements in a relationship. At the beginning, everything is full of energy and we trust each other, respect each other, and admire each other. We can talk to each other all day long without getting bored. After a while, if we don't consciously maintain and build the relationship, it will gradually fade away. I have a great quote that I want to use to summarize today's discussion. It's not easy to fall in love, but it's even harder to stay in love. You have to work hard every single day to stay in love. Today's topics have helped us understand the three types of assets that I call the three treasures, and how important it is to be aware of and cultivate these treasures in order to maintain and build relationships. If you find this content useful, please share it with your friends and family. Additionally, YouTube's algorithm prioritizes videos with more likes, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to help more people discover it. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all a peaceful day.